Hello, everyone. I am so happy that I have Risa Gall in the house. Risa is a self-love relationship coach for women. She's an award-winning speaker and the creator of the program Freedom from Codependency, the self-love solution. Don't we all need that? Thank you, Risa, for being with us today. She has helped thousands of women get the clarity they need to make the right decisions for them and to create the authentic, fulfilling relationship that lasts. I think we all need that. So, welcome. Today, I'll be asking you a few questions because we all want your genius. So, tell me, how did you come up to be doing this?
Yeah, thanks, Elaine. Thanks so much for having me. We teach what we want to learn, right?
Yeah.
So it's really through my own life experience, having been married to a man who struggled with alcoholism and depression. I did not realize until all that happened how much I was really depending on him, sort of for my sense of my source of love, my sense of security, for that validation until all of that happened. And that was my learning opportunity. And as painful as it was, I'm actually really grateful for that experience now, because I just really learned so much about myself. And like, that was really the thing that sort of turned my journey back onto my own path, back to really getting a better relationship with myself and learning what it takes to be in a healthy relationship. So that's why I'm really passionate now about helping other women. Because for me, it's really not even about the relationship. It's about us and our relationship with ourselves first. I always say, like, unless you're in right relationship with yourself, then no relationships are ever going to be right. So I know we're going to talk more about that as we go, but that's really how I ended up becoming
Wow.
certified as a transformational life coach, and now doing this work with
So you
thousands
really
of
have
women.
a life PhD experience.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, tell me, what would you say the most important things women need to know in order to experience the love that they want?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. That's kind of where I was going with that question. Like, I think that's the biggest mistake that I made, or I should say, like, the biggest learning opportunity, that I made, and that I see, like, most of us. It's sort of how we're taught to do relationships, is like we're looking for that other person to complete us in some way, like the two halves make a whole. Well, they don't. It's like,
Yeah.
you're not a half a person, you're a whole person. And so I think that, and we're just sort of, culturally, we're sort of taught that too, is that I call that normalized codependency.
Mm.
It's sort of just how we're taught how to do relationships. And so, that's it. On some level, I think, we all kind of do that to some degree. It's like we're looking to other people for validation, for love, for approval, for some sense of security, when it's really, I have my little model for a healthy relationship, and that the three keys are: two halves don't make a whole.
Mhm.
That your partner's not your source. I had to
Yeah.
learn that. I learned that the hard way, is
Wow.
that, everyone has their own beliefs, but, for me, a big part of being able to feel whole and come into a good, loving relationship with myself is just be in connection with my source, right? So, like, I always say, your partner's not your source. Source is your source, whatever your understanding of
Yep.
that is. Like, that's really how we want to come into the relationship, is from that place of feeling really whole and secure and like resourced within ourselves. Otherwise, I think we're sort of setting ourselves up for some codependent patterns, because then I need you, like I need you to show
Yeah.
up in a certain way in order for me to be happy. Then I'm sort of giving away my power, and I'm setting myself up for disappointment. So it's really about us first, like I said, being in really good, right, loving relationship with ourselves. And most of us were never taught how to do that. You
Yeah.
know, it's like that's all the work that I really do with women. It's like we all know this, right? It's like you got to love
Yeah.
yourself before you can love anyone else. Yes, we know that, but how do you do that? Like I just spent decades learning how to do that and
Yeah.
putting it
I
into
think,
putting it
yeah.
into a formula now.
That's a great way of putting it, because I think all of us sometimes are hard on ourselves and we do not use that. We recommend other people, oh, we should use this, we should, but for ourselves, we're always the last, and we really need to be like that missing chain. We need to be part of the relation. That's very well said. Well, I know you have an amazing masterclass coming up to help women to get to love and love themselves. Can you tell us a little bit more about how people can join you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited. Coming up on Thursday night, November 9th, 7
Wow.
p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a free 1 hour masterclass, the 3 keys to get the love you want. We're just really going to take a deep dive into all of this. Like, we all have our stuff. We all have these sort of unconscious patterns that are formed in childhood that they really kind of show up in all our relationships. But as kids, they develop as, when we're kids, as ways that we learn how to behave in order to get our needs met. But as adults, they really don't serve us anymore. And that's what I've been, my experience is that these unconscious patterns, maybe things like people pleasing or needing to avoid conflict or feeling overly responsible for people, like we all sort of develop. And as women too, again, some of it's just cultural, how we're taught how to be, and take care of everyone else first. We end up last on the priority list, and we could go on and on about all the different patterns, but these are the things really that I've found are at the root of the challenges that we're experiencing in our relationships. And we all also have like limiting beliefs that we pick up as kids. And I don't know anybody really that got all, even with the most well-intentioned parents or caregivers, that we got all the validation, all the love that we needed to come out with a really intact, healthy sense of self-esteem. And it's rampant. Like most of, I don't, like most
Yeah.
of us have some of this the core stuff, the core limiting beliefs are either I feel unworthy in some way, not good enough, not important in some way, like we just learned how to think about ourselves in that way, or just the real fear of abandonment. And so these are the stuff that it creates our attachment styles and these patterns and these limiting beliefs. So we're going to talk about this in the master class. How do we free ourselves? How do we break free from self-judgment and all these limiting beliefs and these unconscious patterns that are really at the root of the challenges that we're experiencing in our relationships and preventing us from having the love that we want? And yeah, so we're going to talk more about the number one mistake that women make when they're trying to get their needs met in their relationships, and just how do you create the healthy, fulfilling relationships that last, starting with our own relationship with ourselves. So I'm really excited to be able to share all
I'm
of this with
excited.
everyone.
I hope everybody signs up. Make sure you click the link, which I'm going to post. And I know it's still not the time for your class, but can you please share with us some tips that women should know? Maybe advance a little bit. Women are struggling in their relationship. What are your tips?
Yes, my darlings, if you are in a relationship right now and you're struggling, you're maybe just really wanting to see if you can improve it, or maybe you're at that place where you're really in the question of whether or not you want to stay in your relationship or not. I would just, I would say the first thing that we need to do is take a breath, right? And just really, we have to honor how we feel and acknowledge how we feel. And so that's the first thing, is like, maybe you don't feel like your partner is showing up for you in the way that you need or the way that you want. So the question then becomes, all right, how can I show up for myself right now? I might not like this situation, but what do I need to do to take care of myself right now in this situation? And really, it's about getting our focus off that other person, which I know it's so easy to just get so focused on what's not working and the problem. And that only just kind of, what you focus on expands. We can't solve the problem by focusing on the problem. Einstein said that, right? We can't solve the problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. So I just would really invite everyone to take a breath, to just kind of step back just for now. That's not to say that there aren't things that would need to change in order for you to want to like stay and be happy. But just for now, if you can just kind of set it all down, you can get the focus back on yourself and just focus on self-care just for now. What do I need to do to take care of myself today? Maybe I need to go for a walk or eat something healthy or we're talking to the health and wellness expert here. So like, your ladies probably know all this, but like physically, mentally, emotionally, honoring how we feel and just what do I need to do to take care of myself right now. And then come to the class, because we're going to talk more too about the relationship clarity process. That's what I call my process, is how do you really get to that place of real clarity? How do you know if it's possible for you to be happy within the context of this relationship or not? And it really is about us first getting in good, right relationship with ourselves. But we'll talk more about like how do you get to that place of real clarity so that you can make the decisions that are right for you, and just know that you can be happy no matter what.
Amen.
Yeah.
Know where you are. Well, you just said the magic word. We need to figure out that we're in a wrong relationship and know that we can do something about it. I'm so happy that you brought it up, because a lot of women I know are stuck and they're afraid. So please, guys, the link will be posted. Please attend the class. It's absolutely free. You will pick up a lot of the goodness, a lot of her geniuses and nuggets that you don't know. We all need help these days. The world is a little chaotic, and I'm so glad to have you so you can share all the goodness you have, and you are the relationship expert. And I'm hoping a lot of my listeners and a lot of my people will show up. Thank you so much. Anything else you want to tell everyone?
Yeah, I just would add, if you are in that question of what, should I stay or should I go? I have a whole Facebook group for you. We will put the link in for that too. But it's the research shows that most women stay stuck in relationships they're not happy in for an average of 10 years. Wow. And what I want you to know is that there's a lot of good reasons for that, but you don't have to. And you don't have to do it alone. And it's really understandable, like why, we get stuck in all the fear and indecision, but it's also a really difficult place to be hanging out in that pain. That's painful to be on the fence and in that place of indecision and living your life in limbo. I know I did it for a long time. Wow. So just know that you really, really don't have to do it alone, and you don't have to keep struggling with that question. It's really just a matter of getting the right tools and the support you need to be able to make the decisions that are right for you and to be able to move ahead confidently in your life without any regrets. So I love you. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for all your goodness.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your genius with us. And please, everyone, I hope that they sign up, and I'll be sure to join you as well.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much. Bye for now.